Okay, once again, we're out here on the van. We're gonna do bumpers today. So I'm gonna measure up the front ones here and the rear ones and just see kind of what our height is now. And then we'll see what the new height is, or clearance rather, is in a minute. So I think we'll go for the side here. Now this is on a bit of an incline, but the van's not moving, so that's all that really matters. Looks like we're just about 18 3/4 there. And on our lowest spot, maybe 18 and a half, 18 and a quarter, something like that. Should be similar over here. Yep, I feel that'll focus, 18 and a half. Okay, so that's nice on the fronts. I've already taken the side paneling off, and we've had some holes where the clips were, so I filled those with a little bit of JB Weld steel stick. It's supposed to be good for that kind of stuff. Let's go right over the marker light. This looks like 19 and a quarter as it sits. Let's do right in the middle. Now this isn't going to change because we've got all that down there, so that doesn't really matter too much, but we're looking at 20 and a half. And this should be about the same over here. Oh, 18, okay. We are not on a flat surface, that's the truth. So, here, I'll give you a look. So I didn't get to the rear arches because I wanted to take the bumper off first. But I got the front arches. I haven't sanded those yet, but I filled those holes. I've got all these filled. These two, there was a lot of overspray on the clear coat when this thing was repainted. So they needed a lot more sanding, and the whole thing's going to get another layer of sanding. I only had 400 grit at the time, but we got some 120, so we'll be able to really rough that up so our bedliner stuff sticks. Yeah, so it should be cool. We're going to take off the old stuff, sand everything down, tape it all up. We got some plastic stuff to cover everything so we don't get any overspray on the rest of the body, and then spray it on. So we'll see how far we get today. Hopefully we can get it all sprayed and some of the bumpers, the new ones on, the Rocky Mountain Westy ones. So we'll see, and when we do, we'll check in. Okay, here's the quick look here after we've finished sanding. I've got maybe another few inches to do here on the front, but other than that, our sanding is done. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, hit it with the air, and you can see here all of our holes got filled really nicely with that steel stick. That worked really well. We're just going to this first seam here, and then over the arches down here, same thing. We're picking up that same there you go, same seam all the way down. It's all been scuffed to 120. There's definitely some damaged spots, like this had some rust on it and it's kind of dented in, not to mention the hole which was for, I don't know, some bumper at some point, I'm sure. Yeah, same thing down here. Somebody definitely hit something in here. It's got a kind of a, I don't know if you can really see where the divot goes, but it's got a little bit of a deformation there. But we're gonna hit it with the bed liner and it'll be fine. On the back, actually, we've decided that we're not gonna hit this because it gets covered up by the bumper anyways. If we do it and we decide that we need to hit just the bottom or whatever, we can figure it out. So we're just gonna come to this edge. We're gonna kind of follow the sanding mark here and just go straight down because this is all gonna get covered by the bumper. Over here, same thing, a kind of gaping hole here, and some crazy body lines, and it got hit down here too, but it's fine. It's going to be covered. It's not a big deal. So we did all the sanding on this side, sanded our channel out, so that's good to go. All of our little clip holes, they all are very flat and feel very good. Oh, and then the front here, we're just same thing. We're sticking with that same line all the way through, so that's going to go all the way across. We might hit this just like overspray, but we're not planning on getting it really at all because it's going to be totally covered. And the front is fine. It's not been hit. It's not been bashed. There's no rust or anything like that, so it's not a big deal. So plan now is clean it up, hit it with the air, hit it with the reducer, get all the dust off of it. Then we'll blow off the driveway. Get all of our dirt out of here, or as much dirt as we can, and then start taping, and that's when you'll see us next. All right, Dad and I are here. We're doing the van. We've got it all bagged and tagged and ready to go. So we got the our tape line. I don't know if I showed you that, but we sanded. We got the tape line, which is kind of the yellow lettering stuff, and then we ran this big construction plastic stuff over the top of it, and then taped it all off to our original tape line, so we didn't ruin anything. The back isn't quite the same because we're only going to the edge over here. We're going to stop there. This is all going to stay as it is. That's fine because the bumper's going to cover all of it. And we've decided that there's a hot side and a cold side of the driveway. This is the hot side because the tape doesn't stick to anything. So we got some clamps keeping it together. But for now, we're going to start with this side of things once I put that piece of cardboard back. And then we'll see how it goes and we'll check in and let you know. Okay, so the first little bit of painting is done. We went ahead and got the, oh, that's a little better. Got both sides almost done here. We're on our second to last coat. Oh, that's so much better. So we got one more coat on this side, on the, passenger side? Yeah, one more on the passenger side that we're gonna do, but it looks like it's turning out pretty well. And then we'll go ahead and peel all the plastic off and all the tape and take a look at it. All right, so it's probably gonna be super windy out there because it's crazy windy today. But this is well after everything else. It's now January, middle of January. All the rest of this was going on back in like August, I think, that we painted everything. But I realized I didn't actually give you guys a walk around to show you how the paint looks once it's all the way done. And the bumpers, honestly, the bumpers just took a long time, and it was like it was a consistent, like, we'd start at like 5 o'clock after I got home after work, and then we'd work for like an hour and then get nothing done. And then so anyways, finally those are all together. They've been great. I put them to work. I broke down on the Bay Bridge, and the Caltrans truck had to push me off, and they did great. So anyways, let me give you a quick walk around so you can kind of see how it all looks. So from the front here, I just got the bull bar part from Rocky Mountain Westy. Those just came in stock just this last week, so that's really good. We also, new addition, we got beamed a little bit right there, so I got to figure out how to pull that dent out if I can, and fix the plastic. But it looks really good. Our lines are really consistent around the arches, down the side. Van's super dirty, but that's fine. We also did the South African mud flap install. So they've got 2 screws there, and then they've got an arm bracket that kind of connects up to the frame rail. The rear bumper looks super solid, and it is super solid. I mean, you're moving the suspension. There's nothing moving, so that's huge. I really love the step. It makes getting up there super easy now that it's a little bit taller. And I've got some shackles to go on those, and then on the front, just haven't put them in yet. Our tolerances are pretty tight, and you can still see there's a gap, but it's quite tight. So it looks really good. This side looks really good. I mean, that tape line we did got the arches really well, kept the line consistent. There were a couple spots, I think it was this arch maybe not. There were a couple spots, like, well, if you can see here, there's like a little surface rust under the paint there. And I thought maybe it's on the other side where I sanded up a little bit too high, but overall it looks pretty good. Back around to the front. So let's get out of the sun actually. She's coming together real well. So we've kind of got a theme going now with the bed liner and burgundy. So I'm a big fan. So yeah, we'll do shackles up here too, so that next time we get stuck, they can pull us out. They can pull us out real easy, and we don't have to to deal with looping around the lower control arms or whatever. They just hook to the shackles and pull us on the tow truck, because that's probably going to happen again. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Hope you enjoyed. That was, I think this one was a little bit longer, or maybe the other one was longer. Whatever. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned. I've got a couple more to edit and a couple more to put out, because we've been doing a lot of stuff on this, and I've been recording, just haven't been editing. But now I figured out this whole editing thing, and hopefully they get better over time. So we're looking good. All right, thanks. Bye.